Hello and welcome to Disney and Stuff.
Good evening.
My name's James. This is my wife, Rebecca.
Hi.
Our thoughts. Wow. Okay. First off, what age is a good age to take a child to Disneyland?
Now, over the years, we've had a difference of opinion on this. I've always said 5 is a good age.
And I usually say around 7.
But now that we've got our first grandchild on the way, our opinion has been changing. I still think a child should be at least 3, old enough to recognize some of the characters and remember part of their trip.
Yeah. And, I still say, 5 at the youngest because I do want them to be potty trained.
Well, yeah, that's a good thing. But
Being
your first grandson, you also would take him at 6 months,
Well, yeah, just to let him have the experience and probably overwhelm him and, cause him anxiety.
Yeah, and that brings up another issue, It depends on the child, too. You don't want to take a child who already has trouble in social situations and gets overwhelmed really easily in large crowds until you've exposed them to some other large crowds.
Yeah, just...
Don't make Disneyland the first crowded place you take your child.
No.
Causes meltdowns and screaming.
Yep. And that can be hard to deal with. And, then people tend to stare and wonder what's really going on. And me personally, I hate to see a child crying and screaming. I don't want anybody to have a bad day at Disney. Although when we've gone during spring break, and you have those college kids huffing around large backpacks, and my wife is usually in a wheelchair.
They don't tend to watch when they take it off their shoulder. I have been beamed in the head. And my comment is usually some people's children, just to get their attention. Some of them even apologize.
Yeah. And my first thought is, somebody's about to have a really bad day at the happiest place on earth.
And I keep telling you, let security deal with them, not us.
Yeah, because the last thing I want to do is be banned for life.
That, and I don't think I ever want to know what Disney jail looks like, okay?
No.
It does not sound fun, okay?
No, I don't want to know what Disney jail looks like.
But on the subject of taking children, over the years, taking our kids and nieces and nephews,
and other people's children.
We have learned a few do's and don'ts. Do not let them load up on sugar, no matter how much they beg. Cotton candy and cocoa don't mix.
Especially after a ride on Space Mountain.
Yeah. Needless to say, we did not stay to watch the parade.
We left during the fireworks.
Yep. Poor kid.
Yeah, my nephew.
Do make sure you have plenty of snacks and drinks if you're taking a kid.
Yep.
Remember, children get thirsty faster than adults do. So.
Yep. Oh, so when's your favorite time to go to Disneyland?
I would have to say my favorite time of year is actually Halloween time. Just because I love the giant pumpkin and I love looking at all of the different stuff hidden throughout. But I also love spring because everything is in bloom.
Yeah, the roses.
Oh, I love the Disneyland roses, especially when the columns outside the gate are in full bloom all the way around. Now that is truly beautiful with all those Disneyland roses. They're shaped like Mickey heads.
Yes.
I love those.
The way they bloom, they form in the shape of a Mickey head. And
And
Well-
just the way each land has its own blooms and smells so different. I love
Yeah.
that too. I love the way things smell. I like the gingerbread smell in the Haunted Mansion. I like. I like
During
the
Haunted Mansion holiday?
yes. I like the springtime flowers that bloom all throughout Fantasyland. I and walking down Main Street and being able to smell those beautiful trees in bloom.
Yeah.
So for me, it's a toss up between spring and Halloween. What's yours?
Well, my favorite time is Halloween. Especially with Space Mountain Ghost Galaxy, which, if I am correct,
I hope they do it this year. I missed
they
that
are
one.
going to do it this year. I'm
hope
not
so. I miss it.
guaranteed, but I have caught a couple of posts of people who are going in August where Space Mountain is going to be down for refurbishment. The only reason why Space Mountain would go down for refurbishment in August is for a layover. Because Space Mountain is usually down in February. They're doing the layover of the Haunted Mansion to Haunted Mansion Holiday, where Jack Skellington is going to wreck the halls. Happy, happy, joy, joy for us. My guess is they've already started on the gingerbread house, and we shall see what they do this year. My favorite ride is Space Mountain anyways. I enjoy the thrill, especially sitting up front. They say you can't see the track. Well,
Yes, you can.
I can. That I've ridden Space Mountain enough times where I know where every turn is and which way it goes. I always lean into the turns. I enjoy the music, but I do enjoy Space Mountain Ghost Galaxy. So yes, my favorite time of year to go is Halloween, especially with all the smells. Oh my God. And things bloom different times a year, and there's a different kind of smell in each land.
Yes, but you can't eat grapes in Tomorrowland during Halloween.
No, because the grapes don't grow in Tomorrowland and Halloween. Oh, and if you want to know where the grapes are, they are up the ramp there at the train station. As if you were in a wheelchair, they are along
The exit
the exit of the train station
in Tomorrowland.
in Tomorrowland,
Those are actual grapevines.
and they do grow some delicious grapes.
Yes.
Because, of course, most of the plants in Tomorrowland are edible. And Walt did that on purpose. Oh,
So would you like to stand up and show them your fancy shirt? Now that was the AP only Disneyland 25th. What do we got here? 75th.
65th.
Excuse me. 65th anniversary shirt. Sorry. I'm trying to read sideways here around his belly.
Haunted Mansion. Definitely. Oh, speaking of Haunted Mansion.
Well, tell them your fun facts about the Haunted Mansion then.
Okay. When Walt Disney World first reopened during the pandemic, the stretching room was wide open. And it's like people got a little confused, like, wait a minute, what's really going on? Well, that's because the stretching room in the Haunted Mansion in Florida doesn't actually move. There are only two that do, and that is the one at Disneyland and the one in Hong Kong Disney. And the reason why they actually move and actually stretch is because you go down low enough, about a floor, to be able to walk underneath the railroad tracks to the show building.
But it's not a full floor, which is why it is a half shaft and not an elevator.
Yes.
You may call it a stretching room, you may call it a half shaft. It is not an elevator.
No, and we get on the cast members who call it an elevator.
Yet that is not appropriate.
They were told
They tell them what it is.
They tell them what it is, that it is a half shaft, and they do ask them that they never call it an elevator. Not all cast members abide by this rule, and I'm glad the higher ups never catch them doing it. The fact that we have a wheelchair means we have to go back up through the stretching room to be able to exit the building out the front. It's a lot of fun to watch the stretching room in reverse. Fun fact about the Disneyland stretching rooms, there are two. And a little fun fact that if you look up at the painting of the woman sitting on the tombstone, in one of the paintings, she is wearing a wedding ring. And in the other one, she is not. So, there it is. But yes, every Disney park has a haunted mansion or their own version of a haunted mansion. So a little fun fact, there's only two that actually go down. Oh, and for those of you wondering, yes, the Oogie Boogie Bash is coming back. Tickets go on sale July 13th. The bash itself starts September 9th, but Halloween time at Disney will start September 3rd. I've seen ticket prices. If you're on Facebook, follow Gothic Rosie. She put out a post with the ticket prices, and the most expensive day for one ticket being September 11th, October 30th, and October 31st. It's $169 per ticket.
Now, that does not get you a full day in DCA either.
No, that is just to the bash itself.
Well, they usually let you in a couple of hours early.
Yeah. They
and your ticket will tell you what time you can show up.
Yep. And I've seen questions saying I'm going to be at DCA on one of the days of the bash. Does that mean they kick us out at 6:00? Yes.
Yes, it does. If you are in DCA, they will boot you out. If you are in Disneyland, no, they will not.
Nope. You go to Disneyland from open to close. Because Disneyland is not part of the Oogie Boogie Bash, although on the weekends, they are running the Halloween screens with fireworks. During the weekdays, it's just the Halloween screens projections. But
with the music, of course,
yes,
which is still fun to watch.
Yeah, with the music. It's a blast to watch.
Now, for those of you that can't afford to get into either park, there is the option to go into downtown, which will be fully decorated. And then they are doing something called Pluto's Pumpkin Hunt or Pumpkin Patch Hunt, something like that. You go around and you look for all of the pumpkins with Pluto carved on them.
Yep.
Gives you something to do while you're wandering around downtown and shopping and eating.
Yep.
That you still feel like you got part of the Disney experience without having to pay to go into either one of the parks. Now, we will not be doing the Oogie Boogie Bash this year just because we have had to put out so much money to afford to go regularly.
Mm-hmm.
And by that, I mean only once a month to one of the parks. I can't even afford to go to both right now. I hate not having a pass of some kind.
Yeah, and the only thing the uppity ups have stated is that information about a membership program will be coming soon.
And if they let you make payments on that membership, we're getting it.
Yeah.
I don't need all the perks it used to give me. I just need the perks we originally had, which were we're allowed to park and to go into the park. Okay, that's it. That's all I need. I don't need all of the discounts. I don't need free this and free that. I don't need AP days and AP corners. I can do without all of that.
Yeah.
What I need is to be able to get into the gate.
park, and get into the gate.
That's it.
And that's basically what we're waiting on. It's the reason why we're only doing one park at a time. And by the way, I may go live Thursday from somewhere because we are going to be in Disneyland on Thursday from open to close. I may live stream the fireworks. I don't know yet.
I don't know if your phone can do that any better than anybody else's did. Between the fireworks and the projections, it's causing phones to freeze.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can do that any better than anybody else did.
Well, I know David from FreshBake said the main problem why it looked the way it looked is because everybody was there Sunday, July 4th, and everybody went live for the fireworks July 4th.
I don't know if it overloaded the bandwidth. I know people who tried to record it and put it the next day, and it caused the same problem.
Yeah.
So it can't just be the bandwidth at that point.
True.
Part of it has to be the fact that most phones can't handle that kind of.
Well, it all depends on where we're at when the fireworks happen, too.
Yeah.
Because, fireworks are back for the summer.
I want to be somewhere I can hear the music.
Well,
I will take my headphones. Okay, I am a little sound sensitive, okay? When the fireworks go off, it actually hurts my ears, much like it would an autistic child. The sound is too much for me. It overloads me and gives me a panic attack.
Yeah, and when she first stated that we were sitting over in the Big Thunder Trail at the smoking section when they had one, having a cigarette and the fireworks were going off, and she jumped a little bit and said that hurts.
So yes, I do have a set of construction site grade noise canceling headphones. They don't play music. They don't do any of the fancy stuff. They just cancel out the noise enough that I can still hear the music and hear what's going on, but it's not overloading me.
Yep. Those headphones were bought from
one of the hardware stores, I think.
The Val Vista hardware store just down the street.
One of the hardware stores.
And they were behind glass, so I actually had to ask an employee about them, how well they worked, what they know about them. I wanted something that was going to work for my wife. And at the time, I didn't care about the price because,
He loves watching the fireworks, and that's not something I want to have to give up either. But I can't be having a panic attack every time I watch them either, so.
No.
Yeah, the only thing left on your talking points is to talk about what you and your brother both did for DCA while it was being built.
Yeah, Disney's California Adventure. I worked for a company back in 1999 that was making nuts.
Stamped with Mickey heads.
Stamped with Mickey heads. And I was a temporary worker getting ready to go into full time. And
I can't. That just drove me crazy. I'm sorry. I'm going to move it on to your side.
You're talking Hex Bar that weighs 120 pounds and is approximately 12 feet long. And I caught the boss and I looked at him and I said, the stamp on this, tell me who made the order. And he's like, we're building a roller coaster. I said, yeah, I kind of figured that, but who for? And he let it slip that, yes, it's for Disney. And I was like, yeah, okay, that's what I thought with the stamp that's on there.
And those went on what at the time was the California Screamin'.
Yep.
which is now the Incredicoaster, for those of you that are old enough to know.
Yep. And well, my brother was working construction and was called in to work at DCA. Now, if you want to know why Hollywood Land, when it was first built, and we had flooding rains, never flooded, water never gathered anywhere, that's because of my brother.
That's because they had them graded a certain way so that it would all drain. That's why we don't have the giant puddles to jump in the.
Yeah, my brother was a great jucker, and he got complimented for his work because he didn't have to look through the glasses to check the grade. He didn't have to have the special equipment. He could eyeball it, and he got the thing done right. Now, I hope Disney stuck to their strict standards when they installed the red car trolley tracks, and changed part of the pavement.
Well, none of that floods either, so
No,
it had to have.
It still doesn't flood, so give them props. But all of Hollywood Land doesn't flood because of my brother.
Yeah, let's hope they stuck to the same standards when they built Avengers Campus. And we'll see how that turns out when it rains good next time.
Yeah, no doubt.
And unfortunately, here in California, that can be anywhere between next week and sometime in the spring. We don't know when we're going to get a good rainstorm. We don't know when it's going to flood. We don't know when it's going to be hot and sunny. We could have 100 degrees in March. We could have snow in March. Okay, we just don't know.
Yep.
The weather is never the same out here from one year to the next.
Nope. That's a fact.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Give props to David at Fresh Bakes. He's at Disneyland today, or at least he was. He went live.
This morning, him and Liz.
Him and his wife went live this morning.
I have that same hat. Oh. I don't know. What would you like to talk about next? Would you like to talk about some of the friends we have made from going over the years? Because we've made some really nice friends over the years, just going and hanging out and just being at Disney. We've ran into several nice people that we have just started talking to in either a line to get on the ride or sitting in the smoking section talking to some people. We have made some wonderful friends.
Yes, we have, and
yes, we love your children as much as we love you. Okay.
Yeah, no doubt.
Just because mine are grown up does not mean I don't want to ride the teacups with yours.
Yep.
He cannot ride the teacups. He cannot do that kind of circle. Otherwise, he turns as green as the foliage around it.
Yeah, unfortunately, circles like that. I mean, because it's one big circle inside a smaller circle, and then the teacup spinning in an even smaller circle. So there's too many circles at once, and my brain and stomach can't handle it. I turn green. I do not throw up, but I do get nauseous. I can go on King Arthur's Carousel. When Bugs Land was around, I could do Francis's Ladybug Boogie. I can do the swings over there at DCA, and I can do the Golden Zephyr.
As long as he does not do them one right after the other.
Yeah. And I can also do the Emotional Whirlwind. I do have to space it out a little bit, though, because too many circles at once and, things don't go good. I wind up a little agitated. I turn a little green, and Sometimes the circles don't stop, so I get a little dizzy. Uh, no, the Jungle Cruise had a soft opening.
And we're hoping they are still doing that when we go on the 15th. Because I miss the Jungle Cruise. I want to ride the Jungle Cruise.
So do I.
Well, if not, because we are going to upgrade our tickets to the 3-day Southern California, we will catch it again in August.
Yeah, when it's actually open.
Yes.
The D23 Gold membership special ticketed event starts at 5:30 in the morning. Okay, so you get to ride with cast from the movie.
No, you do not. You get to ride with special cast members who have been trained in the new jokes. You get a limited edition skipper's hat. And you get some food.
Wow.
That's what you get. I looked it up.
Okay.
And you got to be there before the sun comes up. Okay?
Yeah.
You have to be there while I'm on the freeway. Okay.
We're not going the 16th.
No. But we live about an hour and a half away. So, yes, when we go, we do leave very early before the sun comes up, make the long drive out, so that we are there when it opens.
Yeah.
It's not just a little half an hour jaunt down the road for us. So it's a whole day thing at that point.
Or a 15-minute walk like it is for Joanne.
Well, yeah. But, Hey, if your parents hadn't moved you out of the city of Orange, it wouldn't be that far for us either, but that's,
No, it'd be just down the street.
There you go, see. Okay, so favorite food. What is your favorite food to eat in all of Disneyland?
All of Disneyland?
Yes, we are going to do it by section. So what is yours in Disneyland itself? What's your absolute favorite meal to have?
Believe it or not, it's something I just recently tried, and that is the grilled cheese and tomato basil soup.
Now that is the Jolly Holiday combo. Which is down near the entrance to Adventureland.
Yep. And to let you know, I don't usually eat tomato soup, but this doesn't taste.
It's not a soup, it's a bisque, okay? You can tell the difference. It's nice and thick and creamy. That makes it a bisque. I do not care what they call it. It is a bisque. And that tastes totally different from a soup.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
I usually like my tomatoes on hamburgers or sometimes in a salad, smothered in salad dressing. But this stuff, delicious, and it's like in the grilled cheese.
they use 2 or 3 kinds of cheese in that too. It is just delicious.
What about yours? In all of Disneyland?
Now that depends on the time of year, because if it's cool in the evenings and starting to get chilly, I do like the Jolly Holiday combo. But if it's still 90 when we sit down to dinner, I personally would prefer the salad from the Red Rose Tavern.
Yeah.
Sometimes with the chicken, sometimes without.
Yeah, that's a chef salad from Red Rose Tavern.
Yes. Now, in DCA, what is your favorite meal?
The 5-cheese ravioli from Boardwalk Pizza and Pasta.
Which he never would have tried if I hadn't gotten him to. Here, try this. No, I'm having pizza. Well, just try a bite. Now he loves it. He doesn't even try to get the pizza anymore. He just gets the 5-cheese pasta. And you get 5 good-sized raviolis. And it's not overly filling. It's enough to satisfy someone his size, but not so much for me that I feel stuffed.
Oh, and you talked about somebody my size. To let you know, I am 6'5" and weigh 296 pounds, although I don't look it. My wife here is, well, how tall would you say you are? 5'4", 5'5"?
Right about, yeah.
And she's not really overweight either.
I do have all right, I have a little grandma gut here because it just won't go away. Okay. You get up in your mid-40s and that gut's not going anywhere. Okay, I'm sorry, it's just not. But I have a small stomach inside, so eating too much food, is not something I can do. My stomach is a little bigger than his fist. Hold your fist up. A little bigger than that. Okay. And so trying to put too much food in there makes me sick.
Well, yeah.
And so I have to find things that are smaller portion or sit there for 2 hours to eat it. And then, of course, in downtown Disney, our absolute favorite place to eat is the Earl Sandwich.
Oh, yeah. The Earl's Club.
You like the Earl's Club? I go back and forth between the French dip, which they make one of the best ones I've ever had.
For me, that's wintertime.
You see, I like the French dip.
Even in 90-degree heat?
Yes, I do. Even in 90-degree heat, I know. What's that fancy Mexican restaurant that just kept bringing us fresh chips in downtown?
Tortilla Joe's.
Yeah. Oh, that place, their chip basket, their chips and salsa they start you off with before your meal. It's a little pricey, but they just keep bringing you these fresh, homemade, made on the spot chips.
And their sauce is pretty good too.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's because it's handmade.
Well, yeah.
And then the meals we had were delicious.
Yes.
But, that was too much food for me. And so and that was way too much for me. I walked around going, for an hour and a half. And
show them your cup.
Okay. You want to see? This is one of my travel mugs. I have quite a collection. I have probably 250 somewhere spread throughout the house and storage outside. And I do not mean they're just lying around outside. They are in a bag, safely stored.
Yeah.
But no, I think I have roughly 250 cups. From I want to say they've been making them for 13 years now.
Well, I don't think you've got 250, but I think you have every cup they've ever produced.
Yeah. They're not overly expensive. It comes with a hot drink. Some places you can get it with a cold drink.
Boardwalk Pizza and Pasta, you can fill it up with soda.
The Red Rose will fill it up with soda for you as well.
Yep.
But most of your carts, you get a hot drink, which my preferred choice is, of course, half coffee, half cocoa.
Yep. Well, I have a Coke Zero. That is my drink of choice at Disney if we're not drinking water.
Which we do have a water bottle. And we also take some
Propel
pouches, the Propel Zero pouches, to put in there in case we get overly hot and sweaty, so we can put some of our electrolytes back.
Yep.
So we don't get as dehydrated.
That it flavors the water.
We like the fact that it flavors the water. I like the fact that we don't have a headache by dinner. Take your choice.
Yeah. No, it's been pretty good. It's been pretty good. We're looking forward to our trip on the 15th. We usually stop at Denny's across the street from Disneyland to have breakfast. Now, mind you, that's something we've been doing for about a year now, or a year and a half, because our favorite place used to be to stop on Ball Road at the McDonald's.
Until McDonald's got too pricey for us.
Yeah, when
Yeah, that says something. If it is cheaper to go to Denny's to eat than it is at a McDonald's, that is just ridiculous. Fast food was never meant to be that pricey. But,
nope.
In this day and age, it is what it is.
Yep.
But I don't want to wait. The parks have been opening at 9, and I don't want to wait till that late in the morning after I've been up for 5 hours to eat. That's a little too much for me.
Yeah, and I mean, even you're not going to get cheap food at Disney, anyways.
Well, no, but I mean, that wasn't the reason we don't eat at Disney. Okay, we don't eat at Disney because I ain't waiting that late in the day to eat.
Yeah.
Just because I can't, I get cranky when I'm hungry. Which is why we do these at 6:30, because that way we've had dinner.
Yep. We've had dinner, and I do realize that some of you are probably eating.
We'll turn that back on, and we'll just point it down, and that way you get some light, and it's not in my eyeball.
No, it's not in your eyeball.
I think next week we're going to switch the microphone and the lamp, so it's.
I'm not sure the lamp will reach.
I'll figure it out.
It's plugged in right there.
Yeah, I will figure it out. I will figure it out. I don't know.
You will figure it out.
Yes, I will figure it out. We go back and forth on technical things, and
yeah,
eventually we will find a setup that works for us both. That doesn't drive me crazy or him. And, I think you need a new microphone. That one's awful old.
Yes, it is awful old, but I believe we're using the mic on the camera.
Okay. Well, that works much better then. Yeah, that one's not on.
Yeah, we're using the mic on the camera. So,
Speaking of technical issues, we don't know what we're using.
well,
Bear with us. Eventually, we'll get a little more professional about it. But
yeah, this is only our second live stream. We decided to go a little longer than just a half an hour today.
And we do apologize for starting 2 minutes early. We were just trying to get everything set up and make sure it was ready. And
yep. So, hey, let us know if there's something you want us to talk about next time. Leave a comment.
Yeah, leave it in the comments after the stream. And so just let us know. And we will try to get to, if there is more than 7, we will try to get to as many as we can.
Yep.
If there's only 7, we will probably get to them all.
Yeah.
Thing you are most excited to see or do when we go on the 15th?
Oh. Thing I'm most excited to see or do.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, that's a toss-up between 2 rides.
Okay, well, put them out. And why?
It's a toss-up between Space Mountain and Big Thunder Mountain.
Let's see, Big Thunder is my personal favorite. I cannot ride it more than 7 times in one day, because then I turn green. 7 is my limit, and I know that for a fact because I did it one time. Disney wasn't always so crowded that you couldn't.
24-hour day, dear. May 22nd, 2015.
Yep.
Well,
like I said, it wasn't so crowded. Almost everybody was asleep somewhere.
Yeah.
Stepping over people in the bathroom. That was nasty. Okay, so why Big Thunder?
Why Big Thunder?
Mm-hmm.
I just love Big Thunder.
Okay.
My most amount of times ever going on that ride is 35 in a row, and I did it as a kid.
Mm-hmm.
Not too long after Big Thunder opened. Crowds weren't so bad. We had gone with relatives, and I took off. Us kids took off. And
back then it was safe to let your kids, if they were like 12, to just go.
Yeah.
My parents did it. His parents did it. We'd go back and find our parents when we got hungry. That's the way we did it. Now that is probably not a safe thing to do.
Yeah. Probably not. But no, I rode Big Thunder Mountain back before they did the track change and the final scene change 35 times in a row. I got off the ride, headed for the entrance, and got back on it. It's like the cast members recognized my face. It's like, okay, where would you like to sit this time? Fastest time we've ever done the mountain challenge.
40.
Yep.
Because we had a Matterhorn Fast Pass.
Space Mountain was the first ride we hit. And that's right at Rope Drop.
Mm-hmm.
Space Mountain was up and running. We
did Space Mountain. We had a Fast Pass for Matterhorn. We hit Big Thunder, and we had a comeback for Splash Mountain. It's a 40. Because we did Space, Thunder, Matterhorn, Splash.
Yep.
Now, what I mean by a comeback time is because I have a wheelchair, I cannot do the stairs, so they tell me when to come back and get on the ride.
Because it had just opened.
Yeah.
Back then, my walking speed was about 4.5 miles an hour, and that's pushing a wheelchair.
Mm-hmm.
I've been told by my adopted son, who I
recently went with,
those
poor kids were going to die. They're pouring sweat. They're falling over. They're breathing heavy. Couple of noobs. I love you, but you're noobs, okay? If you have to ask where the lockers are and you get winded by 10 in the morning, you're a noob, okay?
Well, no, he said it was keeping up with me,
We don't go that fast that they should have been winded by 10 in the morning.
Personally, I think my walking speed is down to 3 miles an hour.
Yeah, well, that's debatable. I'm going to throw you on a treadmill one of these days and just see how fast, let you walk it and see how fast you go. We're going to time you on a treadmill. Woo! Let it tell you how fast you walk it.
Treadmill has speed, variable speed. You can't.
No. I still know where a couple of them are that work like the bike over here does.
Okay.
Where you go at your pace and it tells you what you're walking.
Be nice to know what my walking speed is. My walking speed used to be 5 miles an hour. That was timed because the casino was 4 miles away from where my friend lived, and we'd walk from there. Me and one of my other friends would walk from the house to the casino in 45 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
So you got 4 miles and 45 minutes walking speed, 5 miles an hour.
I think on a good day you can still do it. Excuse me, I have allergies and it has been very dry and dusty. And yes, we are surrounded by fields at our house, so my allergies act up regularly, which is why I keep taking my glasses off and rubbing my eyes, and I'm coughing and sneezing.
Yeah.
Because I forgot to take my allergy meds this morning.
Oh, way to go.
Yeah, I know. Not terrible. And I think I need to use my spray too. All right, I've got a tough one for you. Least favorite thing you have ever eaten in either of the parks?
Oh my God. That would be from that restaurant over there at Pacific Wharf in DCA, where it's supposed to be a sandwich, but the bread was hard as a rock. There was very little meat on it. It's supposed to be several small sandwiches, and it's like, no.
You got some kind of slider on a ciabatta. And anybody who's ever eaten a ciabatta bun knows those things can break a tooth on a good day. He did not like it.
No, And there was such little, especially for the price. And it's like, when and that was dinner.
I did buy him extra food to make up for it, I promise.
Yeah, she brought me a pretzel.
Mhm.
We went back across the way over after the parade had ended, and she bought me a pretzel.
Don't do sliders. They're not enough for you.
No, but that Mickey pretzel with cheese was good.
Yes, Mickey pretzel's always good. Anything Mickey shaped is always good.
Yes.
I've never met a Mickey shaped item I did not like.
Me either. Okay, your least favorite food in either one of the parks?
Now you know for a fact that's those Bayo buns because they are steamed. They still taste a little raw in the middle, and they don't have any crunch to the outside. And they are supposed to be fluffy and have a bit of a crunch. They are not supposed to taste like a raw dumpling. I'm sorry. That is my opinion. That is what it tasted like to me. I did not care for it at all.
Do you remember the name of the restaurant that we went to have that?
Not the Tropical Hideaway.
Yes, it is.
Now, I personally don't care for them. They do sell a lot of them throughout the day, but I don't care for them.
Yep.
There are plenty of people who like it, but I'm not one.
Favorite snack?
Now, see, that's a hard one because we don't do snacks very often. But you think my Bengal barbecue is a snack, but that's just no, it is not.
If you order enough of it, no, it's not.
I don't think I have a favorite snack. I mean, I like the Mickey Head popsicles, or the chocolate dipped Mickey Head shaped
Ice cream?
ice cream. Yes. I like the Dole Whip. I like a good churro, but I can't eat a whole one anymore. I like the popcorn, but I can't eat a whole one anymore. I think popcorn would have to be my favorite, though. Now, split a good popcorn,
Something about Disney popcorn tastes different than even what you get at a movie theater.
I know. I don't know why. But I have eaten more churros than anything.
Yeah, we tried the famous Dole Whip.
We like it. It was okay.
And it was pretty good.
Mhm. Fudge, that is my favorite. You've got to have the Disney fudge.
Yeah.
But they haven't brought it back yet.
No.
That's like I like a good frozen banana, but we might not even get those back.
We're not.
No. Yeah, patty face. You want a frozen banana? I know it's because we got a banana shortage. You've seen the price of bananas lately, you know why. But. So what is your favorite snack?
Fudge.
Really? I thought it was the peppermint bark. I see you can nail that too.
Yeah.
That toffee churro, though, I could eat for days.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that stuff is wonderful.
I'll pick that up from Marceline's or...
Either of the candy shops. Or
Yeah.
you can, if you're on the pier, you can pick it up from Bing Bong's.
Yep.
But yeah, I like the fudge, and I miss the fudge, and we still don't have the fudge. They're working on it, is all they're saying.
Yeah.
They will eventually have it back. They are hoping to have it back by the holiday.
Yep.
Okay, well, fudge is typically a Christmas item, so I can see that. But, oh, my fudge. Okay, out of all of the rides we gripe about them not having anymore, what is the one that you truly miss the most, ride or attraction?
People Mover.
Now, see, mine's the Country Bear Jamboree. I miss that more than I do the People Mover, the Mission to Mars, the House of the Future, Circle Vision.
Yeah, mine. You know,
Yeah, you miss the People Mover most of all, and I miss the Country Bear Jamboree.
yeah. Well, Country Bear Jamboree is right in second place for me. You know, this is my only reason to ever want to go to Walt Disney World
Is to see those things.
is to ride the People Mover in the Magic Kingdom and to see the Country Bear Jamboree.
Oh, I don't know. I want to play some miniature golf and go to a Disney themed water park. Okay, you know.
Yeah,
But those are lotto dreams. Okay, because we can't afford that either.
no. And you got to play the lotto to win.
But yeah, ain't happening there either. Can't afford to play the lotto either.
No, not at this time.
That's right.
Well, folks, it's coming up on 7:20, and wow, we're just about out of talking. We're out of talking points, aren't we?
Oh, we've been out of talking points for a while.
Least favorite attraction at Disneyland?
No, because I don't think there is one I won't ride over there. I think okay, don't hate me. It's a small world, but just because I can't get the song out of my head after, but I do ride it sometimes. I prefer the holiday version.
Yeah.
Now, in DCA, that's a totally different matter. That would be the Guardian's Tower, but that is because I have a fear of falling from great heights, and it causes me panic attacks and being dropped repeatedly like that. I almost passed out when we rode it.
We've done it once,
Yes.
just to say we've done it.
Yeah, and I turned as white as the wall behind us here and almost passed out.
Yeah,
I actually had to take a Meclizine to keep
Yes.
from passing out.
I remember.
And
You know, and when we took our daughter, because her and her husband came down for a visit from Oklahoma, you know, they wanted to go to Disney, so, you know, they paid for their own tickets. And it's like, he's all like, I want to ride Guardians.
so I'm okay, we'll wait for you in the exit. We'll wait for you in the gift shop. You go ride the ride, and I'll wait for you over here. And he goes, okay. And our daughter came off and said, never again. It was too much for her as well.
Yep, but he loved it.
Hey,
Yeah.
when you're 5'3", most of you flies half off of that ride, okay? It's not... And then slamming back down into the seat repeatedly.
I think that's the other reason why I said once was enough.
Yeah.
You know, because even my butt weighing,
Even at your size, you came up enough, you almost smacked your head on the top of the cage type, you know? Another foot and you would have.
yeah.
They took out
and-
the handlebars, okay? For anybody who rode it while it was Tower of Terror, we had handlebars to keep ourselves from flying up, which wasn't so bad. I could white knuckle that, and I was fine. But when they took those handlebars out, it made it a totally different kind of experience. You're basically in free fall.
Yeah, and I have 2 degenerating discs in my lower back. So, you know, the landing when we stopped falling caused pain. You know, after the ride, my wife took a Meclizine, and I said, let's go get some lunch and see if we can stomach it, because I need to take some ibuprofen.
Speaking of lunch, those street tacos we got over by Mike and Sully were delicious and make a perfect lunch too, by the way.
Yeah, or dinner.
I think they'd make a better lunch though.
Yeah.
just because of their size. You want a smaller meal in the heat of the day. Don't eat a large meal in the heat of the day.
No, you eat something.
And then go get on a roller coaster. And I get to
Oh.
okay.
No.
We're gonna have a code V real quick.
You usually don't get on.
I won't get on a roller coaster right after we eat. I refuse to do it
Yeah.
just because I know my stomach can't do it. So
And don't down coffee, get on Space Mountain, and turn around and get on Star Tours either. Because you
no,
can't.
but
You
neither
can't
of
do
us.
that. You can't do that either.
You can't do that either. What are you talking?
Yeah, I'm not the one that decorated the bush in your wheelchair.
No, you're the one that almost passed out. That was real nice too.
You know, so like I said, you know, if you want to talk about something in particular, want us to talk about something in particular, leave a comment. You know, I get notified when comments are left, and you know, I'll gladly take up your talking point. You know, and we'll talk about what you want to talk about. We do know quite a bit of Disney history.
Odd Disney trivia.
And odd Disney trivia. Maynard, that cast member, loves us because
Oh yeah, Maynard at the Tiki Room. He is my favorite cast member, and he knows except hold himself.
yeah.
And
Well, we've been at this for almost an hour.
Mhm.
So, sweet dreams, Disney dreams.
and if you happen to be in the parks on the 15th and see us, say hi.
Yeah. We'll gladly sit down and talk to you. And we'll talk Disney.
Yep.
Or anything else you want to talk about. So, from us here at Disney and Stuff, we bid you adieu.
And thank you for watching.
And thank you for watching. Good night.